Let's start with Omid Scobie, this disgusting little person who has launched a book and gone on a book tour. And you tell me, but it appears that in no version of this book, other than the Dutch version over in Amsterdam, in Holland.
The whispers started early. Meghan Markle, a biracial American actress, was a newcomer to the hallowed halls of Buckingham Palace. From the outset, her presence caused a stir. Some welcomed the breath of fresh air. Others, however, harbored a more insidious sentiment. A darkness lurked beneath the surface. The brooch incident, a mere month after their engagement announcement, sent shockwaves through the palace. Princess Michael of Kent, at a Christmas luncheon no less, donned a blackamoor brooch. This offensive symbol, steeped in racist imagery.
Does he out the identity of the alleged royal racists who Meghan told Oprah the royals were very concerned about the skin color of the baby? She was mocked for this assertion. And but in the Dutch version, he names them. And I'm just going to tell you, Piers Morgan is reporting, he did it, that it was allegedly King Charles and Kate Middleton. And we have no confirmation of this, but this is a news story. That's what he's saying. Omid Scobie's Dutch version said about who were the alleged people raising concerns. And now he's denying it. And he's trying, as I understand it, to blame the translators over in Holland. Am I up to speed?
You are up to speed. You tell no lies, Meghan. Before we get into Omid, I just want to be among many people, I'm sure, to congratulate you on Wednesday's debate. And just how incredible it was to see that, yes, these candidates can be controlled and contained and corralled. It just seemed to take apparently 3 women led by you to do it. It was incredible to watch. So the Omid stuff is so fascinating. Now, of course, in line sort of with the Harry and Meghan, it's never their fault. It's never their fault. It's always somebody else's. Although he would have us believe he wrote this book.
Was a slap in the face to Meghan. It was a stark reminder of the challenges she would face. Prince Harry, ever the protector, issued a fiery statement in 2016. He condemned the racist and sexist attacks hurled at his beloved Meghan. This unprecedented move, a break from royal protocol, revealed the depth of his commitment, but it also exposed the growing chasm between him and his family.
Independently, with no help from Camp Montecito, and I will tell you, having slogged through that book, the only 2 people who come across as worthy and good and only well-intended are the beleaguered Harry and Meghan. Everybody else is a monster. And the way in which he writes about Camilla in particular is vile. And it really sounds like it could have only come from one specific source. He's got multiple passages in which Camilla's underwear is strewn everywhere after liaisons with then Prince Charles. I mean, it's utter gutter trash. So then to sort of say, okay, well, I wrote this book. It's all mine, independent. But except for, this horrible thing that got out, I'm sorry to say it's a mistranslation. You cannot mistranslate something that isn't there to begin with. And the reason it's not in the UK version or the US version, but particularly the UK version, is their libel laws are so strict. And there is a line in the book where he specifically says to the reader, I am not naming the alleged royal racists because of libel laws. I am not permitted to do so.
The removal of the statement from the royal family website in late 2023 only solidified this division. The world watched, captivated by the unfolding drama. The stage was set for a royal showdown. The world had glimpsed the cracks in the facade. The question was, how deep did they run?
And the last thing I'll say about this is when Harry and Meghan were first peddling their tales of racist woe to Oprah Winfrey.
Wait. I know where you're going. I'm going to play the SOT and then you take it out of the back end. So now it's now we know who it allegedly was, or at least we think we know. And everyone's doing the who, what? Anyway, continue your thought.
The year 2021 will forever be etched in royal history. Meghan, alongside her prince, sat down with Oprah Winfrey. The world held its breath. What followed was a seismic event. Meghan, with quiet dignity, revealed the dark underbelly of the institution she had married into. She spoke of casual cruelty, of a callous disregard for her mental health. And then came the bombshell. A senior royal, she alleged, had expressed concerns about her unborn child's skin tone. The world gasped. Was this the proof of the racism that had long been whispered about?
Well, I mean, again, just to rewatching that is so rich because we saw Harry back in January when he was peddling his memoir say to, I believe it was Tom Bradby, well, Meghan never said they were racist. Did we say they were racist? But to watch her, I mean, she looks like she's testifying at The Hague. She looks like she's testifying to war crimes. Like, this is the gravest, most important discussion. So let's parse this, shall we? Right, Meghan? It's not with her, but it's with Harry. It was one person, but now it's two. When Harry joins the conversation, he contradicts Meghan's versions of events. It wasn't while she was pregnant. It was while they were dating. And, you know, my favorite observer and of this entire sort of controversy was Chris Rock, who in his stand-up from last year just went to town and was like, this is not racist stuff. This is in-law stuff. Even Black people want to know, what's the baby going to look like? That's it. That's it. I love, though, that it's out of the bag now, really, because I do think that was the last weapon in their arsenal. This thing that they were holding over the royals. They have nothing else.
She got a whole award from Gloria Steinem.
The royal family, in a rare display of public emotion, issued a statement. They acknowledged the concerns, but insisted that recollections may vary. The damage, however, was done. The interview sent shockwaves around the globe, irrevocably changing the narrative. The interview was not just a personal revelation, it was a societal reckoning. It forced the world to confront the uncomfortable reality of racism, even within the supposed fairy tale of the monarchy.
And from one of the Kennedys, for speaking truth to power, holding the racist royal family to account. Remember, I believe that's what she was in New York for when she had her fake near-death experience with the paparazzi not chasing her, right? Like that was, she was getting that award.
Enter through the Hertz rental car office, if you will. I suffered through that event, that excuse for an award ceremony. And, you know, but it was fantastic because I spoke to so many people who were there, like these sort of dyed-in-the-wool, ardent feminists, Gloria Steinem admirers. Not a single person said they were there to see Meghan. Not a single person cared what she had to say by the end of the night. People couldn't wait to get out of there. And, you know, the story about that quote unquote high speed car chase in Midtown Manhattan, which is anyone who knows or has been to Manhattan, is logistically, physically impossible. I do believe was sort of cooked up because there was such little reaction to this meaningless award that she was given, and what she had to say meant even less than that. You know what it was to me? It was like, I'm going to make a weird analogy, but it works for me. It was like Alec Murdaugh, you know, when he had done a bunch of bad stuff. He had, been stealing from his company. He'd been embezzling from clients to the tune of millions. He may or may not have had something to do with somebody's death, even before his wife and his son.
Just when the dust seemed to settle, Omid Scobie, a journalist close to the Sussexes, released his explosive book, Endgame. The year was 2024, and the wounds were still raw. Scobie, with meticulous detail, delved into the heart of the royal rift. He claimed that Prince Charles and Kate Middleton were the individuals behind the comments about Archie's skin tone. This revelation reignited the controversy, casting a long shadow over the future of the monarchy.
All these things. And then they say the real reason he wound up killing his wife and his son was because he wanted sympathy. He wanted to change the narrative around himself. Not accusing her of killing anybody. I'm just saying the car chase lie was because she wanted us to feel sorry for her, to take the heat off of all the terrible things they'd done. No. I'm not a bad person. See, people are out to kill me. You see, it's evidenced by this terrible car chase. It was a lie meant to generate sympathy. And to those of us who have lived in New York, it was such an obvious lie. And now they're lying again. This is her chief spokesperson. This guy, Omid Scobie, from what we can tell, Maureen, is close with this pair, has been, like I said, their stenographer. And so the only reason he would know those names is from her, from them.
Exactly. I mean, as he writes in this book, those names were disclosed in private correspondence in letter writing, and anybody who would memorialize anything, be it digital or physical, and give it to Meghan Markle, beware. So those names were contained only in those letters, right? Between Meghan Markle and then Prince Charles. And so who would have access to those documents? It's not like that leak came from Buckingham Palace. We know that. So that leaves only one. I mean, you don't have to be a detective to figure this out. And their lies become ever less sophisticated and believable. But I do think that they are pathologically, congenitally incapable of taking any sort of blame, of expressing any sort of remorse. I mean, you want to get ahead of this. How about you deny that it's Charles, that it's Kate Middleton?
Right. Come out and say that.
Kate, in an unprecedented move, reportedly called Meghan at Charles's behest. The aim was to clear the air, but the attempt seemed to backfire. William, notably absent from the peace talks, remained unconvinced. Scobie's book, whether entirely accurate or not, served as a stark reminder of the deep-seated issues plaguing the royal family. It painted a picture of an institution grappling with its own demons, struggling to reconcile its traditional values with the realities of a modern, diverse world. The saga continued, each chapter more dramatic than the last. The world watched, enthralled and appalled in equal measure.
Yeah. Say you're sorry that this is happening, that these people don't deserve this. If Harry was telling the truth, and he and Meghan don't believe the royals are racist, and in fact, Harry vehemently defended Lady Susan Hussey, who that month around January, I don't know if you remember, but there was this event at Buckingham Palace, and she was accused of saying horribly racist things and touching a Black woman's hair. And Harry said in this broadcast, Meghan and I love her. So which is it?
So let's have it. Let's have it. Exactly. So that's the thing. If it wasn't Charles and Kate, if she did not tell Omid Scobie that those were the two, then where is she? Everybody, it's not like this is some rando reporter who has no connection to Meghan and Harry. This is their guy. And now he's basically admitting without admitting it did come from his manuscript, obviously, because the Dutch translator has no freaking clue who Meghan Markle's accusing of racism. Why was she just going to make up names? I guess it was Charles and Kate. And now in the latest news, he's saying he admitted that the translators in the Netherlands were sent, quote, an early manuscript that was never updated with the final version poured over by lawyers. And then he excused it by saying, his book was written at, quote, lightning speed. So very clearly, he put the names in there. He gave the names, or his publisher did, to this Dutch publisher, and they printed it. That's how this obviously went down. But the Sussexes, who have had so much to say about everything, Maureen, nothing. Bubkiss. They're totally silent. It's the Christmas and holiday season, everyone. Time for gift giving, parties with friends and family, and getting compliments everywhere you go, looking years younger thanks to Genucel. From now through Christmas, Genucel's most popular package is more than 70% off at Genucel.com. Treat yourself and a loved one to the absolute best skincare in the world. See those troubling forehead wrinkles, fine lines, skin redness, pesky bags and puffiness, and even a sagging jawline disappear with Genucel's most popular collection. With its immediate effects product, see results in less than 12 hours, guaranteed, or you get your money back. Plus, included in every one of their most popular packages is a free hyaluronic acid serum. Totally great. You need this, especially this time of year, for skin hydration that will restore your youthful appearance. Visit Genucel.com/MK60 right now, and you just enter my special promo, MK60, to get an additional 10% off your entire order. Every order today instantly upgraded to free express shipping. Genucel.com/MK60. That's GENUCEL.com/MK60. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.
Years have passed since that fateful Oprah interview. Yet the royal family remains fractured. The allegations of racism, whether proven or not, have left an indelible mark on their reputation. The fairy tale has lost its shine, replaced by a more complex and troubling reality. Prince Harry and Meghan, now residing in California with their 2 children, seem determined to forge their own path. They have embraced their roles as advocates for mental health and racial justice, speaking out against the very institution they left behind. The Queen's passing in late 2022 marked the end of an era. King Charles, now at the helm, faces the daunting task of restoring the monarchy's image. The path ahead is fraught with challenges. The world is watching, waiting to see if the crown can adapt and survive in this new, more transparent age. The story of Meghan Markle and the royal family is far from over. It is a story of ambition and heartbreak, of tradition clashing with modernity. It is a story that continues to captivate the world, reminding us that even behind the most gilded cages, human drama unfolds.